Hi everyone, welcome to Plugged In on TV Cogeco. I'm your host Melanie DeVoe, and we're going to get a little techie today. Joining me is Yvonne Pilon, who is president of, and Irek Kusmierczyk, who is the director of WEtech Alliance. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks so much for having us.
I feel like we're in my living room because we're all old friends.
Yes, no, we are. We go way back from the Dragon's Den, SoftTech Alliance.
Oh yeah.
Arlene Dickinson days. So.
We've had a lot of jobs, you and I.
Yeah.
By the way, congratulations on your re-election, Councillor.
Thank you, Melanie.
Might as well throw that in there as well. But we're here to talk tech, which, I'll be honest with you, is not my area of expertise. But tell us a little bit about what WEtech Alliance is and how it got started.
Okay. So WEtech actually was originated at the University of Windsor. And it was really focused on IT, so information technology, and it was there going for a few years. And when industry IT leaders in our community came together and says, you know, we really want to build this outside of the university and support IT in the community. And we had some key players that are still on our board today, like Adam Davis from Next Dimension, Frank Abruzzese from AlphaCore, Stu from Selectus, Ross Rawlings. So we had this great group of people that had this vision to create this hub or this network to help tech-based companies. So we established SoftTech Alliance, which was pre-WEtech, for about 2 years, and then we had this opportunity through the government to become a regional innovation center. So we applied for that funding, and boom, WEtech appeared. So WEtech is one of 17 regional innovation centers in the province of Ontario. And what is that? Basically, we're here to accelerate technology and innovation-based companies. Now, the word technology and the word innovation means so many things. Most people think of technology and think of computers, for example, but really we focus on advanced manufacturing. So I'll give examples, always helps, right? So we would work with companies that may be developing a composite material that's there to help reduce the weight of vehicles. We also work in the ICT digital media space, so we're working with some very cool companies in the app development space, or for example, we have a company that was recently highlighted in Forbes that's developed the world's first smart earring. So imagine having, for women, having an earring that's tracking your calorie intake and your heart rate, that type of thing. We also work with life sciences, really getting involved in medical devices. So we have a company that's developed a sleep apnea device for your mouth to help with snoring and sleep apnea. So it's an alternative to kind of the CPAP machine. Mm-hmm. We also work in the renewable energy. So imagine working with some of the large solar companies locally to kind of, again, help them grow their business.
I'm thinking, Yvonne, I should have asked you, what are you not doing?
Yeah,
because it would be a shorter list.
And honestly, we're very robust. We work in the technology innovation space, but both of those are very broad, right? Technology, again, is not just computers, and innovation is really an idea, that novel idea. So we're really looking for those people who are tech-based or innovation-based that really have that global potential, right? Because entrepreneurs nowadays need to think globally. We are in a global world. And again, we help those companies grow, and we do that through programming. So I have had very minimal entrepreneurial experience. I did start a company out of university, but what I don't have, our team has, and our team is just a robust in terms of their expertise in entrepreneurship. So we have on staff entrepreneurs and advisors with entrepreneurial expertise that work with our clients hand in hand to help them, again, grow and create jobs and wealth for the region.
Well, Irek, how did you get involved?
Well, I got involved 3 years ago, and I was brought on board with the purpose to develop programs that direct young people into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Because really, when you're looking at the next 5, 10, 15 years, there was a recent report that from the Human Resources Development Canada that basically said that 70% of the new jobs that are going to be created in the next 15 to 20 years are going to require some type of expertise or understanding of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So as a community, if we're hoping to build a cluster of technology companies and innovative companies here in Windsor, we really have to begin by making sure we have the workforce to be able to do that. And that means graduating more young people in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the so-called STEM fields. So I was brought on to help develop these types of programs here in Windsor.
So what would you say is the average age of the people who've been involved now with WEtech Alliance? Because I would tend to think it's got to be young.
You know, if you look at if we say we've got about over 100 active clients, and the majority of them are the startups, but not all of them are startups from a youth perspective. They are people who have recently lost their job, or you have those, we phrase them the greypreneurs, the more senior entrepreneurs. We've had a few come through our doors. So, but they do tend to be young, and the really exciting thing about Windsor, what's coming, is the university and the college have recently got funding to help build out centers for entrepreneurships on campus. So we're seeing this pipeline being being built, right? You know, you're starting them from the university college days, and then they have resources like WEtech, the Accelerator and Small Business Center, to then keep growing, right? So we almost have to go that next phase and really start pushing out the high school entrepreneurship and then the grade school entrepreneurship, because really so many kids these days don't think of entrepreneurship as a career path, nor do they think of technology, right? These kids are playing these games, but have they ever thought about creating the game? And that's kind of what Irek's been doing. He's been doing such a great job at kind of getting technology and innovation to be part of that conversation, and especially from the education component.
How difficult is it to create an app? Because obviously apps are just through the roof now. I get offered so many every day, and I have to admit I like a lot of them.
I wish you'd ask this question in just a few weeks, because we're going to be hosting a session about app commercialization, and kind of actually it's titled, what. All you know about app making is wrong, right? So we're bringing some serial app developers in to talk about that. We have clients and expertise through them that we'd probably ask them that question, but a lot of people, they have these ideas, but again, it's that getting them to think of these ideas and to move to the next step to commercialize the ideas. So many people, you go around, I wish this exists, I wish this exists. So how do we take that and say, well, let's create that, let's build that, let's see if it's a viable product or service.
Well, what's interesting about this is we've heard so much lately about how young people are having trouble finding jobs. I just was talking about this with someone this morning, and this is a great alternative. You don't have to work for somebody else, right? Work for yourself.
Well, that's exactly it. And the days when, for example, Ford, Chrysler, or GM come into town and they open up a factory and employ 4,500 people, those days are sort of almost passing. And so basically what we need to do is shift to an economy. Of course, we're always going to have automotive here in Windsor, but shift to an economy where you have conditions where 1,000 small businesses and single entrepreneurs can actually flourish, can actually grow their companies here. So we talk about app development, mobile app development. If you look at, for example, mobile app development just for the healthcare industry, it's slated to grow by 600% in the next 5 years. So by 2017, 2018, that's going to be a $24 billion economy. And there's no reason why Windsor can't be the next Silicon Valley for what's called mHealth, mobile health application development. And so we actually just met with our partners in Detroit, in Techtown, Detroit this week, because we're going to be hosting in May 2015, we're going to be hosting something called Hacking Health, which is a phenomenal computer coding event which brings together about 200 professionals. Half are going to be from the medical field, so you're going to have doctors, surgeons, nurses, pharmacists, hospital CEOs, administrators, and then the other half of that conference is going to be mobile app developers, programmers, graphic designers. The point is to get them into a room, to collaborate, work together, bounce ideas off each other, and develop web apps and mobile apps specifically for the healthcare industry, hoping that some of them can actually commercialize their apps, or even better, spark or launch startup companies in the mHealth sector. Wow. So, this event, this Hacking Health event, has been organized already in Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal to great success. This is going to be the first cross-border hacking health in the world. And what's really amazing about that is I think it speaks to the role of WEtech, which is breaking down barriers. So breaking down the barriers between the IT sector and the healthcare sector, let's say, to bring those folks together to talk to each other, but also break down barriers between, let's say, Detroit and Windsor. We need to start thinking of ourselves as a region and not as two separate countries divided by a border. So I think that encapsulates, the role of WEtech, which is bringing partnerships together, breaking down those barriers.
If somebody's watching us right now and they're thinking, I have an idea, how do they get in touch? How do they get involved with WEtech?
The best way is to visit our website, so it's www.wetech-alliance.com. A lot of our program information is on there. You can also follow us on Facebook at WEtech Alliance, and Twitter, WEtech Alliance. We're also on Instagram, and we're very active through those mediums, because there's so much information that we're getting from from opportunity alerts to tech jobs. There's just so much information. So if you're looking to help accelerate your technology and our innovation-based company, please visit us or give us a call. I believe the number will be on your screens, or you can just join to sign up for our newsletter. Again, we do a monthly newsletter that encapsulates the technology innovation community and entrepreneurial community. So great way to keep informed on what's going on, and it's a great way to be proud. And I think that's the other thing is there's so much cool stuff happening in Windsor and Essex County. And you know, we are a manufacturing-based town, but not to say that technology is not playing a big role in there. So I know every month when we're putting together that newsletter, I am smiling ear to ear because I'm just so proud of the entrepreneurs, the passion, and really where we're going.
That's wonderful.
And folks can also pop into the downtown Windsor Business Accelerator, which is
where we're
located at 720 Olette Avenue, corner of Tuscarora and Olette. So anytime anybody wants to pop in, we're there. So more than happy to welcome.
Is there office space within the building that people can use if they don't have their own?
Absolutely, yep, absolutely, there is.
All right.